Montana certainly has that in his corner. Faculty, if we're going into the whole of the tournament, is there any player that's in a better form than Montana coming here?
Nah, the whole Ghana.
He did form so far, but his form doesn't really translate within Ultimate Team and Kickoff. Or do you feel like Kickoff we have another player who's in form?
Kickoff, we have another player. Sorry,
we play that.
Padia.
Padia is the best on Kickoff.
Alexander.
What of choice?
No, choice be best for 95 overall. But if you come to normal Kickoff, like the players them are rating Sankasang, the Padia.
Well, that's Faculty's take. What do you think, guys? Who's the best when it comes to Kickoff? For Ultimate Team, it kind of feels like Montana is certainly the one to rock with. And I mean, Montana's already shown that his offense sometimes is a lot to handle. And when you watch his games, you kind of feel like, yeah, this guy will certainly cause problems with it. We'll get to go now. Montana taking on WONDAKID for a matchup. These two heavyweights will have to prove to us why they need to stay in the winners bracket side of things. We're trying to adjust the camera and then get everything set so we can have everything smoothly. So kindly bear with us. This matchup between WONDAKID and Montana certainly has everybody talking. Remember that the prediction lines are open. You have a chance to win 50 Ghana cedis once you get the predictions right. You take home 50 Ghana cedis for this one. All right, so there we have it. Everything set and ready to go. Montana in the brown and pink kit. This kit has actually done a lot of damage for the convict man, and he will look to start things pretty early with De Bruyne and midfield. So get the predictions in. Remember that the rules apply for the predictions. Before the 15th in-game minute marker, predictions are rendered valid. Once it strikes that 15-minute mark, I'm sorry, every other prediction that comes will be invalid. So get them in, guys, once you get the prediction right. And it's first come, first serve. So kindly do that quickly, and then you stand a chance of winning 50 Ghana cedis as part of our giveaways for the Ultimate Hub Elite Tournament. Early stages here, and in the first 10 minutes, we kind of have a glimpse of how Montana wants to play dominate possession, where already WONDAKID has threatened with one over the top through, but it's still early stages, and there's still a lot more of time and FC action to be played. Remember that this game is played in a home and away format, so even if you lose game one, there's certainly a chance for you to bounce back in game two. Can walk on the wing for WONDAKID. That's a risky pass to play pretty early, and you gift it to Montana. You can't give the convict man chances like these early, and when he punishes you, it's usually difficult to come back against him. Chinola into space. Montana needs no invitations right there. The convict man opening things early. Crazy start from Montana, but WONDAKID right there is very surprising that he did give away the ball like very, very early. You think maybe the pressure gets into it, but for WONDAKID, we can't put WONDAKID and pressure in the same brackets.
Montana one of the best attackers for the game inside, Charlie. This CF 24, people then they attack will be Montana. So if you give one chance like that, he will punish you.
Well, and the punishment has certainly come with WONDAKID opening the scoring. Montana opening the scoring pretty early on. The 15th in-game minute mark is here now, guys. Prediction lines are closed, but you've just gotten a glimpse of how good Montana is on offense. The runs he makes, the passes he gives, he's just precise with what he wants to do. The step-overs are just immaculate at this point in time. He has Hansen now on the ball with Hullet. He'll twist and turn to find Erling Haaland. He's just got so much space to deal with. Well, his shot and goal that time blocked, but WONDAKID already facing the heat from Montana in these early stages. If you're able to weather the storm against him, you might certainly give yourself a chance. But with the kind of form this man is in right now, there are few people that can stand right in front of him on offense. For WONDAKID, now he'll get a chance to grow himself into the game. It's been a shaky start from WONDAKID there about as he loses the ball again. Montana, the way he closes up those spaces on defense, I think is immaculate. We give him so much attention and so much praise for that high-powered offense. I kind of feel like we sleep on his defense a bit, but the convict man has certainly put in a lot of work coming into this year. Haaland on the 10 with Hansen, Ginola, De Bruyne again for Hullet. Just recycling and finding the perfect space to play that killer through ball already. Montana looking great high up the field. Ginola taking a little bit too much of the touches, and WONDAKID will be able to get it back. But 28 minutes gone, almost approaching the 30th game in the mark. You kind of feel like at this point, it is Montana who's been on top so far. He's had the better of WONDAKID in several areas. He's dominated that midfield battle on offense. He hasn't been bad at all, even though it's possibly not been as clinical as we'd expect him to be. Well, Haaland uses his pace and power through that side. Well saved, Michael. The angle certainly against Erling Haaland, but he makes a strong save. Now, we don't say this here. A lot of people they rock with the aerial plus. But what do you think is the best position to play your tall forwards, like your Crouch or your Erling Haaland, on the wing or through the middle?
On the wing.
And it seems like that's what Montana and WONDAKID have done. Because if you look at WONDAKID's team closely, Crouch is also on the wing. Bentancur coming down the byline. WONDAKID just giving us a glimpse of what he can do. And speaking of the aerial plus play style, it comes to fruition yet again. The corner kicks certainly deadly. Peter Crouch gets on the score sheet as WONDAKID will level things up. Well, you kind of felt like the video to Duma wasn't going to let this one slide. But with how Montana was pressing him pretty early, I didn't expect him to come back into the game as quickly as he did. But it is WONDAKID. It's the reason why we certainly call him the best when it comes to Esports FC throughout the whole of the years. He's been in the scene for what, like 5 to 7 years now, and he's still dominated at a pretty high level. Haaland with some chances. Montana, this guy, he's just too much to handle. And it's the press. The press is just too much for WONDAKID. Has to give the ball up. And Erling Haaland punishes strongly. Montana didn't take him too much time to regain that lead back. End-to-end stuff as expected on our Ultimate Hub Elite tournament. The two of possibly the elites in the country going head-to-head with Montana currently leading by 2 goals to 1. Let me get into the comments a bit. Guy Kobe says the one wound my old man, but then they lie. When he says old man, I'm sure he's speaking of WONDAKID. Skitero says defending to your boy be hard. Exactly. Montana's defending has certainly improved over the years, and you can tell it with the way he's defended throughout the whole of FC24. Ronaldinho trying to dance his way through as WONDAKID was looking to grab a quick equalizer there. You have it. Final minutes before we close out what has been an interesting first half to observe, with Montana certainly dominating in possessions and chance created as we'll come to a close for this first half. Montana, as expected, he put in a lot of work. You can see him creating a lot of chances. But WONDAKID now on the losing end, what if we do make it try create chances? Because it hasn't come too many times against Montana.
WONDAKID know the attack plenty. The game, they say the defending one, so make it really the game inside.
And it's much easier said than done with how Faculty just said it. Like, open up the play. It's always so tough to do that against really good players, because you run the risk of course, being left with spaces in behind, and you could certainly be punished. But with WONDAKID, we've always known him to be the one, the aggressor, the one on the offensive end. But it seems like with FC24, that narrative might have to change when he faces the likes of Montana, and it has certainly been that way in that first half. Going to the second half with the last 45 minutes in our first leg, the action looking very, very good. I like this tweet from La Vista. It says, oh geez, we are coming back stronger. La Vista certainly regards himself in that category of the OGs. So the old gen, I like to call them the likes of WONDAKID, the likes of Guy Kobe, La Vista. You could throw, of course, Sule in that bracket as well. Over the top 2 ball again for Montana. Erling Haaland in situation and spaces like this is always very difficult. I mean, on the run, through a lot of bodies, he can pull his way through with his strength, and Montana certainly knows how to use the Norwegian up front. WONDAKID will have another crack at it in the second half. Sawa go pass into Crouch, decides to go near post. Schmeichel is there with another huge save. Hold it. There's 55 minutes going on the game clock, and the second half has looked really balanced. I like the response from WONDAKID. It hasn't made things too easy for Montana in this one. Marcel says, yourself, Sly, you be old gen. Yeah. I'll agree with you with that one, Marcel. I'm certainly old gen in that regards, but You both for watch out for the old gen. That's La Vista talk. The old gen will come back stronger. De Bruyne, Hansen, trying to thread one through a pool of bodies, but Montana just wins the ball back so quickly. That trait of his game, you just can't take it away from him. He suffocates you up front, and it just creates spaces for him. You'd say, Michael. Big chance, falling the way of Genola, but the goalkeeper coming to the rescue of WONDAKID. The game certainly springing to life without chances coming here and there for Montana in the second half. And he certainly wants to take a 2-goal cushion. WONDAKID spared his blushes by Michael in goal. Maguire will find Salah. Hullet will play another brilliant through ball. WONDAKID just trying to string a couple of good passes together. That's why I'll give a good kudos to Montana, of course. Over the top again, we'll see Erling Haaland with the best of pace. Can he do it? Just almost gets it. Goes right off of that post. But we've always got to be careful of the threat that he poses with his running speed. Erling Haaland is just a nightmare out there. Would you call him the best in-game player right now? Corner will come. Haaland, well defended by WONDAKID. But let me get your thoughts on this. If we say rank the best in-game player in FC24 on Ultimate Team, is it Erling Haaland or possibly Kylian Mbappe or maybe even Ronaldo? Erling Haaland.
Yeah, the game English. Yeah.
Exactly. And it just favors him. It's tailor-made for the Norwegian. Everybody seems to have him in his squad because he's just so good. He can run. He's good with the strength, aerial ability, of course, second to none. He can literally do everything on the pitch. Maybe on the dribbling side of things, that is where it's not his strong suit. But this year, it heavily favors the aerial plus players, and certainly Erling Haaland at the top of the tree when it comes to those players. I love to see what the meta will be like in FC25, and certainly after 6 Esports and Ultimate Hub, we'll be back here with FC25 action. Super Deal says, make the old gen squad go sets on PS4 play. Super Deals with a beg. We still go fit do damage. Later on, we'll see another old gen player in action taking on a new gen in Choice, but that's certainly also in that conversation as one of the best players around. Choice, but that guy Kobe will look to have redemption on his mind, because remember a few weeks ago when we had the crossover tournament by the Esports Association of Ghana, they went to the final. Choice Badger and Guy Kobe, and it was the convict man who had the better of him. We'll find out if he will be able to pull that revenge on the cat, or will Choice Badger make a statement after that huge loss to Parker. We're entering into the last 10 minutes of this game. WONDAKID just hasn't been able to assert himself into this game, still struggling to create meaningful chances. But usually on FC24, even if those chances don't come, still keep pushing. As high-powered as these offenses are, it could certainly create a chance within a blink of an eye. Cruyff with a brilliant turn will find the pointer for Montana. Promising chance for him. He just had the opportunity to play that pass into Genola, just missed the angle there. And WONDAKID will be able to break on the counter. Ronaldinho, he's patient with it, not rushing all of those passes. He did trigger the run earlier, but he just ignored it for a bit. It's also one critical aspect to pay attention to, triggering of runs and rejecting some of those runs. WONDAKID in pole position to get the equalizer. And he does in beautiful fashion. Ronaldinho, as easy as you'd like. Do you think the scoreline is truthful to what we've seen? Because Montana attacks, and in the end, it's WONDAKID who has got the equalizer.
Yeah, the scoreline means the game be tough. The way the scoreline they sooner the game be back. Yeah.
I think it has certainly punished Montana in a way, because he's had the majority of chances. He's been able to create from nothing. But WONDAKID, you give him chance, you give him space, he will punish you. And certainly the VU Dudu man has done that duly. Theo Hernandez. Duba says, kid be crazy, calm and composed. What do you expect from our all-time champion coming into this game? A minute to go now. Does Montana have something up his sleeve in these final few minutes before we end our first leg? On the live broadcast, hold it. De Bruyne has got to be perfect. He can't turn his back now. Trying to blow by with Graham Hansen. But I'm certain it's going to be an entertaining game one already. And as we expected, the stakes are really high with these two guys. Remember, it's battle for supremacy in the winners bracket of our tournament. Montana and WONDAKID sharing the spoils pretty early. It's settled at 2-2. The second leg will decide who goes through with the second leg certainly decides who goes through with the winner. We'll catch all of the action right back after this commercial. Stay tuned, guys. Well, it seems like I've got confirmation that it's not actually Nana Kojo who predicted that score line first. Someone else came in with a 2-2 prediction, and it came in earlier than Nana Kojo. So I'd be sorry, Nana Kojo. The win actually goes to Brysher. Brysher came in first with a 2-2 prediction. Brysher, kindly follow Ultimate Battle and After 6 Esports across all social media on X and on Instagram, and of course you're on TikTok as well. You can give us a follow there and DM us with your Momo number for your winning prize. And on to the second leg we go. I've enjoyed all of the comments that are coming, and I've seen one comment that really brings a lot of excitement. Sydney Talker all the way from Nigeria joining the live stream. Shout out, big bro. We thank you for all of the support. We hope that you certainly do enjoy the stream, and hopefully maybe FC25 or FC24 and they will have your battle ready for you. You can tag anybody who you want to play. We'll certainly set it up quickly for you as we'll kickstart the second leg with an open space for WONDAKID to begin early. This is certainly something different we saw in game one, where we did have Montana score first. This time around, it is WONDAKID with the early opening. The VU Jujuman certainly wants to make a staple, and that was just a beautiful, well-landed finish to give him that 3-2 lead early in this game. I think certainly the second leg, it will produce a lot of goals.
Charlie, WONDAKID, this one the top for guy inside.
Certainly, and now he's kind of got a hang of how the game is going. I know for Montana, he's got to lock in right now. You can be the best player around, but if you play WONDAKID, you've got to play at your best. Genola, WONDAKID certainly in his comfort zone now. Look how quickly he's moving the ball. He's got space with Hollits, and he punishes heavily. He's got the fourth on the Agege scoreline. He's certainly strutting his stuff now. And is that DJ doing now? I see at the back celebrating. Huge goal for WONDAKID. He makes it 4. It just came lightning quick. Montana unable to handle. And WONDAKID now just sets some separation between himself and Montana. The game certainly springing into life in the first 15 game minutes. What a start we've had to the second leg already. Montana possibly to get a response as well. Green times with Vegas. WONDAKID getting in there with a huge block. This one is certainly going to be epic. Genola, what a turn of events as well with Montana playing so well in that first leg, especially in the first half of the first leg. And things certainly has turned around. Look, for WONDAKID, for all of the years in which he's been playing, and possibly we can only exclude the last 2 years, WONDAKID almost giving away cheaply, but the goalkeeper comes to his rescue and saves that one. Like I was saying earlier, for WONDAKID playing all of these years, and we'll take the last 2 years as an exception, he's always the one who's coming in with form. He's always the one who's the favorite to go in for the win. But in the last 2 years, most of the games he plays against possibly the best around, he's not the favorite. And it just puts WONDAKID in a situation which we usually don't see, an underdog. And the underdog is certainly backing pretty loud. Montana will use the pace for Vegas to almost connect. But Peter Schmeichel has been great good for WONDAKID. Montana certainly going into the game. Well deserved go back. We have a strong game on our hands. You cannot take your eyes off this one. And as we advertised, it's going back and forth. Certainly like a basketball game. These two guys have given us one to enjoy so far. And in just the first 28 minutes, It feels like two heavyweights in a crazy boxing ring landing heavy punches after heavy punches. This one has certainly been an enjoyable one to watch. So for WONDAKID, within the last 2 years, he kind of feels like an underdog when he's playing against the best. If you remember that TV3 tournament, he was in that final against Kennedy, and a lot of people had Kennedy winning. He certainly proved a lot of doubters wrong, and he did win. Today, he's also coming in like a bit of an underdog because Montana is the man in form. But I'm certainly seeing the VU Dudu man prove why he's still got the class above everybody else. He creates an attack on the left side again with Theo Hernandez, was successful this time around. Sawa. The first 30 minutes has definitely gone by so quickly, with WONDAKID getting those 2 quick early goals. But Montana has finally awoken from his slumber. Ginola will find Petrageno. He just sent so many runners up front. It kind of gets confusing sometimes. But WONDAKID does a very good job of reading them. And he leaves Montana stranded as he gives the ball away. Crouch. Over the top into Ronaldinho. He's got space. The Brazilian WONDAKID to possibly make it through. What a recovery. Kai Havertz. Wow. That was so quick. This Kai Havertz, one of the quickest fullbacks on the game, because he certainly ran so quickly back to stop Ronaldinho. Wow.
He
go take, because it was very weird. Ronaldinho had all of the time in the world, and he felt like WONDAKID will have a one-on-one chance with the goalkeeper, but the recovery was just excellent. Jacoby says, Simon, wonder never be underdog. All be found fooling. but bear with me for this one, Guy Kobe. Going into this game, to be very truthful, I think a lot of people had Montana to win this one. Even if it was a close game, a lot of people will back Montana to win this one because he's coming in with sizzling form. That's why I kind of say WONDAKID was the underdog. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from as well. It is the great VU Dudu man on display, and you can't write him off. Gakobi says someone will do rank 1 and rank 2 every weekend. Then you can't talk, say, they play the game here. WONDAKID certainly says that a lot, but when it comes to the tournament, he certainly proves why he's still one of the best around. Going to the last 45 in-game minutes of this one, with WONDAKID still leading narrowly, 4-3 in favor of the VU Dudu man. Can he hold on, or is Montana's high-powered offense going to break through? Sawa. Can WONDAKID start the second half in the same way he did the first? Twisting and turning, you'll find Theo Hernandez looking for the perfect opportunity to shoot. Find some space though with a green time effort. And the goalkeeper equal to the task. Well, we said earlier that Montana was pressing really high. Now it's the 10 for WONDAKID to press very high after losing the ball. And he does that so well. Just a quick reminder that this one is brought to you by After 6 Esports. It is the Ultimate Hub Elite Tournament there. 32 of the best players around currently going head-to-head in a double elimination format tournament, home and away fixtures. As we've already seen some great games throughout the past week, and we'll certainly keep going for you guys as entertainment at its peak. Well, Peter Crouch, he certainly looks like a very underrated card in the game. And the person who alerted us to him was last week when we had Parker play against Choice. Crouch was just too much to handle at this point. And he's certainly in contention to be useful in game. So it's now a toss-up between the two. Do you go for Erling Haaland or do you want Peter Crouch in your team? Ginola, great pass! One more time, and look at the eruption from the guys in the background. His mates certainly delighted with that one. 4 goals apiece now, with about 30 minutes to go. Montana certainly not allowing WONDAKID to keep him quiet. This one will certainly go right down to the 90th game, and the poor guys are really attacking very well. WONDAKID, I mean, if you give him an inch, he'll cause you problems.
Give me any actually good.
Certainly, if you don't understand, I'm sorry, but I don't know the direct translation for that one. But yeah, that's how the phrase goes. Crazy game going into this one. We're heading into the last 30 minutes of WONDAKID regains the lead. What we are seeing is just Peak FC 24. And I was speaking of the toss-up between Erling Haaland and Peter Crouch. And I mean, Haaland has done a wonderful job for a lot of the players, but this one I'll go to faculty for this one now. Are you seeing, is Peter Crouch now changing your mind to bench Erling Haaland and possibly using?
No.
Still Haaland. What has Haaland over Crouch?
Oh.
Maybe the speed?
Yeah, I would talk to the speed. The speed. Then the speed period they vary.
Certainly, and I think they have a lot of similarities. Maybe finishing wise, it's also in favor of the Norwegian, and a lot of people have Erling Haaland. But for Montana, he switched up and he's brought Valvegos on, who has grabbed a goal back for him, but still down by a goal in this second leg. Ronaldinho. Our heavyweight class brought to you by the Esports Association of Ghana, the VGA Esports Show, Ultimate Hub, and Convict Records Esports. Both guys throwing heavy punches in this one. We appreciate all of the comments coming through. It's been a wonderful time on here, and we're certainly not done here, because if you just joined the stream and you don't know how the schedule works, after WONDAKID versus Montana, we've got two heavyweight clashes coming up. It's a do-or-die situation for Guy Kobe and Choice Bada right after this one, because they find themselves in the loser bracket. It's win or go home situation. Anybody who loses has to exit the tournament. So I can't wait for that one as well. When you have players like this on the ropes, that is where they play their best, and who will the nerves get to, who will the pressure fall on. After that, we'll have two players who are certainly brimming with confidence in Dels and Parker for our last final game. Dels coming off the back of the impressive win against Guy Kobe, who take on Parker, who put a statement out there in game week 1 against Choice Bada. So certainly really huge fixtures to come right after this one. Space, the step over to create it. Oh, Montana certainly looked like he wasn't down and out at all, but the step overs always seem to create space for him. How do you defend step overs in SC24? Like, is it even possible?
It's not possible. It's not possible.
but is there like where you go feel maybe limit time? I know you can't stop it entirely, but where you go feel limit time?
Yeah, if you know the thing give your opponent, that one you feel attack, but like if you think give your opponent, they will chop you.
Certainly, and we've seen it work to the utmost best for Montana, as the step over time and time again seems to be his go-to move. And I had a chat with one of the pro sports players, and he was like, if you watch Montana critically, that is his most used move. You don't see a lot of reverse elasticals, you don't see a lot of elasticals and stuff. You don't even see a lot of player locks. It's just that go-to move for him, and it works every single time, and it has clawed him right back into this game. That's WONDAKID have another response. Does he have it yet? Again, to give him the lead, 5-5 now, as we enter into the last 12 minutes. Hernandez will find Laurent Blanc at the back. Ginola. Walker on the wing for him. We'll catch it back into Ronaldinho. We've already seen him do damage to these ones. That one, just a feeble attempt going into it. But faculty, put yourselves in their shoes. WONDAKID and Montana. At this point, you go all in for possibly the winner, or you go try play them out and maybe go into extra time.
No, I will go in for a win. Because it'll be last minute.
But last minute, because it be draw, if you go in all in and you got spaces at the back, you'll be punished.
50-50. What if I go away and score? Yeah, so 50-50.
Interesting comment from Skay. It says, you see, Anders, they do player log before step over Sinkwa. Well, that's fact as well. The Danish WONDAKID, the SC Pro World Champion, also certainly doesn't use a lot of player logs, and maybe that's where Montana gets all of his juice from. The play is identical. We see two of them abuse the step overs, and it certainly works for the Convict Records Esports man as well. And he's brimming with confidence now. He's got the space with Cruyff. Last minute goal. And could that be the dagger? And the nail in the coffin for the game. Junior Montana with a huge goal. And you see the post killed by him as well. WONDAKID certainly in trouble. Big game player. That's what he does. That's why he's regarded as one of the best around. Montana by 6 goals to 5 now. 43 minutes to go. But if you can bet your money on anybody, it's surely this WONDAKID to be able to maybe grab a goal out of this one. Is it even possible?
Yes.
Wow. Montana leaving things late, but it's certainly great. And he's on his way to pushing WONDAKID down to the loser bracket. Or if WONDAKID can actually change the story and the narrative within these last 3.5, well, and in stopping time, of course, can he change that narrative, or is Montana going to keep riding strong in the winners bracket? Montana with a huge goal. Johan Cruyff has played a crucial part for him. Certainly the icon, one of the best in the game. WONDAKID now, he's got to be perfect. 2 minutes ago, makes an introduction with Adama Traore, and I don't see him with a lot of teams, but we'll see if he can be the difference for WONDAKID. Step over as well. Oh, come on.
I told you it's possible.
And you see the roar from WONDAKID. And he's using Montana's move right against him, the step over to create the space. But look, someone can look at it from a different angle and say that was poor defending from Montana. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
I think the step over beat him way too easily. And you kind of feel like Montana, maybe he got in his head a bit, because usually the main saying is you're usually vulnerable after you go a goal up. And maybe that's what caught up to Montana. But thanks for keeping the comments coming in, guys. I see Game Analyst also back in the chat. Say WONDAKID comeback. Charlie, Game Analyst, we see you tell. We fulfill create some battle for you. But yeah, thank you guys for joining the live broadcast. We told you this one was going to be a banger. We said this one was going straight right down to the wire. And it certainly is. What a game we have on our hands. William Parker says, Charlie, the match will be crazy. You know what, William Parker? We need yours to even be crazier at the end of the day. So keep training, keep going hard. And we've got a game on our hands. 1 minute of added time to go. If Montana gets a goal now, everywhere is going to erupt. He'll try something crazy with Thierry Henry on the wing. Referee says play on with a tackle, and you'll get a foul right on the edge of the area. Hernandez to whip one in. So go back into your Eusebio. Come on, the time was up. He should have crossed that one lane, but Montana couldn't finish it off, and we'll go into extra time, guys. Since we started streaming this tournament, none of the games have gone to extra time, and this one now going into extra time. Faculty, these two players have played their hearts out. Now, after you seeing the first 180 minutes, can you pick a side in extra time?
Oh, Nick Papu. Papu day form, Charlie. Papu day form.
He did for me. Look,
Montana day form, but Charlie. Papu they play plus some experience. Yeah.
But look, on Montana's part, that last goal to concede, I think it didn't really do him a whole lot of good. You have to come back stronger in that extra time. But both of these guys are going put for put. I mean, action for action, and it's certainly been an enjoyable one so far. We've got a lot more 30 in-game minutes to go. What a game this one has been. Both players certainly giving us one for the ages. Tagma says live, if we do this commentary together one of these days, certainly, it will certainly be a pleasure to have you on the live broadcast. Maybe we can fix one up for next week, or maybe even the end of the week. Will certainly be an enjoyable one to watch. But you're still tuned into the live production of the Ultimate Hub Elite Tournament, brought to you by After 6 Esports and Ultimate Battle. This matchup between WONDAKID and Montana, and they're playing the same formation as well. The overly abused 4-3-2-1. Now, faculty, if you go into a game and you are playing your 4-3-2-1 and your opponent is also playing 4-3-2-1, does that help things, or does that put you at a disadvantage?
Oh no, everybody play game plus meta. So Charlie, we all will play the same formation. But so you know use the win.
Certainly, and right now for the two of them that you've watched them, would you feel like knows how to use the 4-3-2-1 best?
No fit.
I put him in the top spots there. I agree with him when he says he doesn't know. Charlie, it's tough to call between these two guys, but certainly this one has been so close to call. If you are currently watching a live stream, please subscribe to the After 6 Esports YouTube channel. They've got a lot of esports content on FC24 for you guys, and certainly FC25. They will be coming back with more. So kindly subscribe to the channel, like the stream, guys. It helps really with the YouTube algorithm. Kindly do that right now. Please do that. We've got more coming for you. Nick Papo on the attack again. It's the first time we've seen him attack in this extra time. Hasn't been able to create a lot of chances like we see him doing regulation time. Montana will be able to get on it and look at the runners go for the counter attack. He's got Thierry Henry on one end. He introduces Eusebio also into the game. I'm seeing Kylian Mbappe also make an appearance. But in FC24, stamina also counts. And you've got to find a way to introduce your subs. Montana has done that pretty well. We saw Vergos at a point in game. He was doing excellent things for Montana. We now see the introduction of Eusebio and also Kylian Mbappe to the forefront. Omari Sawa on the wing. The player lock coming out for WONDAKID just as a bait as well. That's one fun way to use the player lock. Every single time I watch the streams, I see another way to be able to use the player lock to full effectiveness. But WONDAKID not successful on that occasion. And I think we'll finish up this extra time first half 3 or 5-5 actually. This game has given us everything. It has given us excellent goals. We've had drama. We've had last-minute goals as well. When we thought Montana had won the game with that last-minute effort, with about a minute to go, WONDAKID pulls up from nowhere and grabs an equalizer in WONDAKID fashion. Who's more class than the VU to do, man? Possibly this year, maybe only Montana. And we had these two in this game. Remember that these two guys, this match can easily be a semi-final or a final, but we have it in the second round of our After 6 Ultimate Hub Elite tournament. That is how competitive this tournament is, and that's why you guys need to tune in each and every single day we go live. Okay, start the second hour of extra time, the second 15 in-game minutes. Over the top into Rodrigo Bentancur. That was a really close one for WONDAKID. Salim Adama Traore with the best chance in extra time. But that's why a lot of people don't have Adama Traore. His weak foot is not the best, and we saw him shoot with his left foot there. Is that why possibly you don't have him in your team?
Yeah. This boy, if you cry for something, then we'll score something.
Exactly, because Johan Cruyff has got 5-star skill move, 5-star weak foot. Aaron Ronaldo has certainly got same. Erling Haaland, I think his footies item also has same. Rullet with the ball right now also has same. And I'm sure WONDAKID might just be kicking himself with that one. Adama Traore unable to finish from that range. Tony Kroos for Montana. Does he have another last-minute winner up his sleeve? WONDAKID says no on my watch. Down for the last 6 minutes we go. Says Nakadama, they take play right for day. Proudly, boy says step overs to OP. Certainly, bro, the step overs are proving to be a menace for both sides. Not just on Montana's part, WONDAKID has also struggled with it as well. Cruyff trying to thread one into Mbappe, just can't find him. We are edging closer and closer to the lottery of penalty shootout now, guys. Johan Cruyff will find Hullet. Play a long through ball into Theo Hernandez. WONDAKID, we've already seen him come up with a late goal. Will it be another situation for him? Someone is too much time on the ball, and he can't execute. Chance for Montana to try him on the other end as well. Theo Hernandez tries to run away from his marker, but draws a foul out of that. And that's a tactical foul. That's experience at his best from WONDAKID, and it will certainly take us to the lottery of the penalty shootout. And here we go. We'll kickstart things with Eusebio for WONDAKID. Remember, loser goes to the loser bracket. WONDAKID open up perfect. Smashes it into the top corner. Time for Montana to possibly do same. Same angle, same results. Johan Cruyff will step up for Nick Papo. Save! The Convict man with a huge save in the shootout. Cruyff to possibly give him the advantage. Yes, he can. It's now 2 in favor of Montana. WONDAKID needs to score this one. Laurent Blanc certainly does so. Montana has been perfect from the pens already. Yaya Toure to continue in the same feed. Yes. Perfect pens already from Montana. Only thing that Papo can do right now is just keep scoring. And he does with Bentancur on the other end as well. Mbappe steps up. Tambe hasn't missed so far, and he continues. 4 out of 4 to Montana. WONDAKID, you missed this one, and it's all over. Harry Maguire, you will step up for you. Say, Montana goes through with a huge win. I will give you celebration scenes.
Give up! 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 Give up!
The sound they do this one.
Give up! Give up! Give up! Give up!
Make I go.